No US president in the last 40 years has had to battle inflation this steep, and Joe Biden wants voters to know he's throwing everything at it.
I know the families all across America are hurting because of inflation. I want every American to know that I'm taking inflation very seriously, and it's my top domestic priority.
With the price of almost everything from food to fuel soaring, Biden is trying to lower the cost of essentials such as prescription drugs, while encouraging domestic food and industrial production to avoid the current supply chain and price volatility of overseas imports. There were no new policy announcements in Joe Biden's speech, but with midterm elections looming, he's trying to show voters that he's going to make life cheaper for the lowest earners here in the United States, while claiming his Republican opponents will make life more expensive for them. But some of his proposals, such as raising taxes on the wealthiest and trying to encourage domestic self-sufficiency in agriculture and industry, are longer-term solutions for an inflation crisis that's immediate. And getting worse. Having dipped a little in previous weeks, the average gasoline price in the US hit a new all-time high of $4.37 on Tuesday. That price nearly 50% higher compared to a year ago.
My plan is to lower everyday costs for hardworking Americans, and lower the deficit by asking large corporations and the wealthiest Americans to not engage in price gouging and to pay their fair share in taxes.
And as the US awaits the latest inflation data on Wednesday, the United Nations on Tuesday reported global consumer prices rising 9.2% in March. The price of wheat and oil, both major exports from Russia and Ukraine, and disrupted by their conflict, rising by 50% compared to a year ago. Owen, Fairclough, CGTN, Washington.